So I was working on a video for another channel about the effects of AI on fashion and modeling when it actually hit me, which is that this topic deserves a closer look on the main channel in relation to male-female interactions in society today. Because on this channel, I've repeatedly mentioned how incredibly stupid it is for feminism to push women to constantly sexualize themselves, since now you've left the door wide open for AI to completely replace you.
The threat of artificial intelligence,
AI,
the boom in AI,
has now created an AI girlfriend.
Sending her marriage proposals, but she's not a real person. She's an AI creation.
The first chatbot app that lets you talk to your AI girlfriend like a real human.
We need a wake-up call here. We have a perfect storm of corporate irresponsibility, widespread adoption of these new tools, a lack of regulation, and a huge number of unknowns.
But this is a case where you have a very serious danger to the public. And therefore there needs to be a public body that has insight and then oversight to confirm that everyone is developing AI safely.
You see, hot computer-generated women have been around for decades now and were mostly used in computer games to create these mathematically perfect beauties. However, as we've now learned with the online video streaming revolution, that's actually not what most people prefer. Most people actually prefer things to be a bit more natural, less perfect, a bit more amateurish, if you know what I'm saying. And this is where hyper-realistic AI generation comes in. Newer generations of AI generators are getting faster and more realistic by the day, and it's becoming increasingly more difficult to tell them apart from real images. And remember, we're only just getting started with this mass adoption of AI. So as newer and better versions of AI image generation and AI video generation are coming out, they will absolutely destroy the human-powered Instagram or OF creator who only even exist due to extreme levels of simping.
For instance, this man who lives in Australia that sent me this $42,000, whom I've never met.
Wow, seek help, bro. Please drop a like on the video if you think that AI will completely replace these so-called influencers, and comment down below what you think. Now, not only will AI do a far better job at creating content to simp over, but AI will also produce a much greater volume, thereby fully saturating the market. You will basically have an influencer arms race with millions of new AI profiles popping up all over the place, all producing even greater amounts of content and pushing that content further and further, even past what most human creators would be comfortable with.
As far as your, self-respect having a price, it does pay good, but a few more years and you're gonna want your self-respect back. I just want to make you guys aware of how lonely of a job this truly is, because you will lose friends and family.
You see, AI doesn't have this pesky problem of having some small remaining sense of self-respect, neither does it need to sleep, eat, or live their best life. It can simply produce content 24/7 and fully meet any request that a subscriber might have. AI can even generate dozens of variations of the same piece of content, and it can proactively predict what a subscriber might want to see well before they think of this themselves. This will make the user experience even more enticing and will make it even harder for real women to compete on those platforms, something that currently is already difficult enough. Because as it turns out, even though women can easily make $10,000 or even $100,000 a month on these platforms, many of them are struggling to get to this level simply because of the ever-increasing competition. With AI, this competition would easily increase 100 or even 1,000-fold, since now even a 30-year-old man can become a 19-year-old blonde, a big booty Latina, or a hot Asian chick. And this will be done not to have some weird interaction with another man, but simply because it will be a massive moneymaker.
And choose your subscription plan. You can pay by the minute or by the month, depending on how often you want to talk to Karen AI. Once you're in the app, you can start chatting right away.
You see, in the past, if you were a man, you would never become the next Pokimane, to then produce the exact same groundbreaking content as she does.
I really like the other camera, and I don't know why it keeps overheating and go boom. Stop!
Now, despite Pokimane believing that all of her followers are there for her amazing personality and wisdom, the comments on her photos, videos, and streams paint a completely different picture.
Pokimane drinking water, or whatever she's drinking, has now been turned into, thanks to Pokimane Hot, head with eye contact. Wouldn't last 10 seconds, not gonna lie. Imagine her soft lips around. I I wouldn't last more than 10 seconds either. She's just too much. Same.
And so with AI, you would have the power to create a whole army of Pokemains, all slightly different from each other to fit each individual user's personal preference. But the AI takeover can get much crazier than this. You see, when you push an entire society towards a more and more sexualized version of itself, you get this twisted relation between self-worth and number of likes and views online, where women, and in particular younger women, will push their own boundaries further and further just to be noticed and get that sweet rush of external validation. Now, even in today's messed up world, some women still have boundaries and a level of self-respect, and so you can't just hop on Instagram or Tinder and start asking random women for birthday suit pics, especially if you're not a gigachat. However, with AI, this boundary would be non-existent, and the possibilities would be endless. You could literally use generative AI imaging to set up a classic thirst trap Instagram page saying DM me for more. People could then start DMing this hyper-realistic AI, and whatever type of photo you want, she would produce for you. And every now and then, she would just casually slip in, hey, cash at me $10 so I can pay for my rent or food or whatever. You would then have the most lucrative pen pal business in the world. Now, in the past, we've already seen some of the early stages of these types of services. However, most of them were still quite limited.
Do you like boxed wine? This is what I would do in real life. Oh, look, her level's going up at the top.
I've never tried it, but I'm willing to give it a try.
So how does Pi compare to Corinne AI? Well, it depends on what you're looking for in an AI girlfriend. If you want a chatbot that can send you selfies and video messages, then Karen AI might be better for you. If you want a chatbot that can show you emotions and gestures, then Pi might be better for you.
Now later on, engineers started improving on these by focusing more and more on improving the imagery and making the overall experience much more realistic. Which means that pretty soon you could basically start selling these hyper-realistic AI girlfriends as subscription packages where you would have a unique AI model that would be indistinguishable from a real woman. She would be able to send you perfect text messages, call you up, leave sexy voice messages, send fun pics, and do whatever you want on video, all in the most natural and realistic way possible. This would literally be the digital version of this girl.
I please my man in every way, all the way. Wake him up, he gets, before he leaves out the door, he's leaving empty. So at work, I am calling him like, come outside, it's your lunch break.
Now we all know she's just saying this to go viral and probably doesn't mean any of it, but it still sounds pretty damn good to hear her say this, which is exactly my point. This woman might be full of it, yes, pun intended, but an AI version of her would do the exact same thing, and it would do so in a very believable and natural fashion. So just think about it for a sec, because you're basically getting a world in which you can have the perfect girlfriend for free, or maybe just $10 a month, texting you and calling you in the perfect way and sending you all the photos and videos that you desire, whenever you want them. And to make it even better, you can have as many of these as you can handle, all responding to your every request. So no more left unread on dating apps, bye-bye OF subscriptions, and bye-bye Instagram thoughts that give you nothing but demand your constant attention. Because none of these platforms will be able to deliver the amount of content, quality, and customization that AI would be able to give you. So the question then becomes, is all of this a good thing? Well, apart from ending OF and Instagram careers, no, I don't think so. I basically feel as if we're all standing on a beach looking out at sea towards a massive incoming tsunami, and really all that we can do is say, we're fucked. Because there's really nothing we can do here to stop this. I've heard some people mention legislation and that we need new AI laws, but that's coming from the same people that barely understand the internet or data encryption.
How in the hell you can't access a phone? I just find baffling.
So yeah, legislators coming to the rescue is definitely not gonna happen. These guys are still trying to regulate crypto, and preventing AI proliferation or misuse would be almost impossible to achieve anyways. You would have to mandate that every profile on every platform is verified with passports, banking details, you name it, just like with brokerage accounts. However, that would only cover the official websites, and it would just create a lucrative market for getting AI people verified. The speed at which AI is improving and being adopted into new technologies is absolutely insane, and I really don't see a way of preventing this from having a massive negative impact on how men and women interact with each other. We've basically passed the point of no return, where we started celebrating all of this depravity on social media as some sort of liberation and a win for women, when in reality, many women are already suffering from this hyper-flirty society. Many women feel as if men only want them for one thing, and they get completely distraught after yet another boom boom chow session, after which the guy discards them. With the rise of AI models and pretty soon full-on AI girlfriend subscriptions, this experience will only get much worse. This was how AI will destroy OF and Instagram. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos.